There are 6 important things you must not do in the United Arab Emirates. Of course, there are a lot of things you mustn't do, but I'm bringing to you in this video 6 very important things that you must not do in the UAE. The land of the UAE doesn't tolerate it. My name is Chinedu Abwe, and in this channel I bring to you tips, ideas, wisdom, job opportunities, business opportunities, everything you need in order to prosper and to thrive and to do well in the UAE. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 6 things, amongst many others though, but 6 very critical things that maybe you don't know, but you must not do it in the UAE. Number 1, violence of any sort is not allowed. The UAE is one of the safest countries in the world, and the government has done a great job maintaining that security and that safety. So any violence of any sort is not tolerated at all, no matter what. So if you're the kind that has a violent streak, or you're into cultism or strange stuff like that, please not in the UAE. The second thing you must not do in the UAE is to criticize the government or the royal families for any reason. Don't do it. A third thing you must not do in the UAE is to post negative stuff on social media about the UAE. Remember, the UAE is predominantly a tourist environment. In fact, it's the best place in the world, one of the best places in the world, if not the best, that most people come to visit for tourism. So it's important that that image of a safe environment, a beautiful environment, a fun environment is maintained, so they don't tolerate you posting negative stuff on social media. Do you even know that if perchance you see some violence in your area and you take your phone and you video it, the people that commit the violence will be caught by government, but you that videoed it and is sharing it on social media will also be fined and persecuted for it. So please, no matter your excitement, don't post negative stuff about the UAE, especially violence and things like that on social media. Another thing you must not do: the UAE does not tolerate protests of any kind. You know, in some environments and in some countries, people can band together and protest and agitate against government or agitate against a particular issue. Not in the UAE. It's not allowed. The UAE is a peaceful, quiet, organized environment. Nobody is allowed to do any form of gathering or protests of any kind. Another thing you must not do in the UAE is to be found trafficking drugs, trafficking people, or trafficking alcohol. It's not allowed. So please stay clear from these things if you really want to thrive and prosper in the UAE. And finally, please don't have an issue with an Emirati. The Emiratis are the citizens of the UAE, and they are well prized by the government. So don't go fighting an Emirati or having any issue with an Emirati. You're not going to come out of it on top. You're not going to come out of it victorious. Stay clear from that. Respect the Emiratis. They are very peace-loving and they are very accommodating. Don't go having issues with any of them. Maintain your lane, maintain your sense of decorum, and everything is going to work out fine for you in the UAE. So thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing, because here I bring to you tips, wisdom keys, ideas, opportunities, anything that will enable you to thrive and to prosper in the UAE. So subscribe, click the notification bell, and keep on soaking all the information you get. And also please share if you have anything or any comments that you want to also make or add to what I'm doing in this channel. Thank you once again, and I see you prospering in the UAE. Salute.